Welcome. We're on the red couch with Charity Beck, the founder and publisher of Positive Impact Magazine. Positive Impact Magazine is a unique online and print publication dedicated to uplifting content about people, businesses, and initiatives inspiring action, courage, and compassion. Its founder, Charity Beck, is a visionary and a philanthropist. Charity, I'm so happy to have you on the red couch.
I'm so happy to be here, and it's so comfortable too. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. So you started as a photographer.
Yes, that's my background. As a child, I used to look at my grandparents' albums and look for hours, and I wouldn't know who anyone was, and I just loved photographs. And so as a child, my father got me a camera, and I took pictures of everything. I saw the beauty in everything, and there I was born as a photographer.
That's so fun. And you worked for huge publications.
Yes, I did. And it's funny, in high school, I remember writing down in my high school yearbook, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I wrote working for Sports Illustrated, National Geographic, and some other publications, and I was working for them all, and I didn't even remember writing that.
That is so funny.
At the age 25, I was very fortunate enough to have my dreams come true.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Now, I know you had some major obstacles. You broke your neck, you broke your back, you got divorced, and that was all at the very beginning, like at the seed of starting this publication.
Yes, that's very true. That was a very, very challenging time in my life. Having two toddlers and then, being a photographer and carrying heavy equipment, it was really hard on my mental, physical, and every challenge you can imagine. And I had read somewhere that if you write 10 things that you're grateful for before you go to sleep, magic happens, or, see what happens. Just test it, do it. And I could never just write 10 things.
Huh.
I would fill 2 or 3 pages of things from, like, I'm grateful for smiling, I'm grateful for being fearless, I'm grateful for my children laughing and their health and their happiness and my health and breathing and
that's a
flowers, just flowers. I mean, I would walk outside my doorway, flowers would be blooming every day. It was like magic. And I became addicted to it. And I have books now full of them.
So instead of focusing on the pain and the difficulties and the difficult situation you were in, you were focusing on all these wonderful things.
Right. I was able to snap out of it so much faster. And I really believed that writing things down, like going back and looking at my high school yearbook, I never remembered writing that, but I really believe that when you put something down, your thought that you really want to do, and think about what you want, because a lot of people don't know what they want to do, and they never think about it. And it's something to think about and be grateful for in the present moment, and you can make your life even greater and better.
I love that idea. Now, after all those other things, then you injured your ankle?
Yes, that's what caused me. That was the accident that really started me to start the magazine.
Yeah.
I was sort of at a place in my photography career where I wasn't really feeling the passion for what I was doing. I mean, the best photo that I had taken recently in my career was a birth. And it was a great experience,
wow,
photographing a birth. I had no idea how powerful that was. And after that, there was nothing, I just didn't feel my passion. You get to a point in your life where you're like, is this really what I want to be doing?
And were you laid up with that ankle injury?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was headed to the World Peace Conference with my son, and I injured my ankle, and I was laid up. And I watched TV for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe the negative slant on everything. It seemed like everything had a negative slant, like falling in love, having a roll of fat over your bathing suit and being pregnant. Everything seemed to have it, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I couldn't sleep at night. So in the middle of the night, I got up at 3 in the morning and I thought, I have to do something and help. And being that my photography was in magazine background, I thought I could do a magazine. People used to joke with me all the time anyway and say, you should start a magazine and call it Charity Magazine. I'm like, yeah, right. Like, who has time for that? So in this moment, I thought, I've got to do this. And I got out the dictionaries and thesauruses, and I looked up names and wrote definitions, and I came up with the name Positive Impact. And then I called my childhood friend, Jen Hellman, because she's the greatest graphic artist and my closest friend in my whole life. And I said, let's put a website up. And she's like, okay, let's do it. And we both saw the response, and it just went from there.
That's unusual to start your career with a childhood friend. Had you ever done fun things like that growing up as little girls, thinking about positive things to do in the world, or did you just play, like, have a regular childhood?
We had a regular childhood, I would say. I would say both of us would never had imagined that we would be doing this together. That definitely, I believe both of us would say now that it is our life journey and our destiny, and to do this. And we both have a huge passion for what we're doing. We really want to show the world that there are amazing things going on. There are so many amazing things going on.
Yeah, tell me about some of the stories and the things that you've, I mean, it's hard to know all the cool things that are happening in the world, but you have access to all those things.
That's my favorite part of it, finding the content, because there's so many great things, and I have so many other great ideas that I want to find out what's going on. One of the stories that I could definitely, that sticks out right away, is like the Pay It Forward movement, and paying it forward and doing kind deeds and not expecting anything back, just hoping that they do something kind in return for someone else, that they had been giving that gift, so keep giving it forward, paying it forward.
I love that. And I love your definition of what a philanthropist is. And I remember you're saying that you used to think that you had to be wealthy to be a philanthropist. Do you still believe that?
No, I changed my mind. I definitely changed my mind. I believe that just being a natural humanitarian and just doing kind deeds for someone, and I don't mean to keep going back to kind deeds, but just doing something nice for yourself or someone really has a ripple effect on the world. And it's a philanthropy thing. It has a philanthropic ripple, and you don't have to be wealthy. You can just be, you don't even have to be a saint. You can just do nice things for other human beings. The world is challenging enough with our own things. Why not complement other people, not complicate? I believe that's the true definition of philanthropy.
Well, I love it, because then everyone can be a philanthropist.
Yes, it's true. Everyone, I believe that. I believe that.
So what do you do, like, if you have like a really tough day, or you're struggling with something, or your life is, you know, you're experiencing some kind of suffering, can you still do these acts of kindness, and how does that help you?
That is a really great question, because now I really try to practice being grateful for whatever that situation is. And they don't always feel good, and they're not always nice, and it's good to probably let yourself feel that emotion and then be grateful for it, because it makes the other things even better. And if you learn from it, and I believe that everything that happens is a gift and a blessing, a lesson. You learn from everything that comes at you, so be grateful for it. And if you can be grateful for it, you probably learn whatever lesson or blessing that you're supposed to learn.
Stay tuned for part 2 of this interview on the Red Couch.